nasty, but there's nothing wrong with that at all. You know, it's just there's a bit of cartilage in there that supports the sort of anal fins and the pectoral fins and the other fin patterns. There's a little bit of bone in there as well. But the Chinese will buy these, they'll boil these up, poach these up, take the meat off and then put it into fish balls and fish cakes and stuff like that. Nothing wrong with that at all. It's just that it's too much time invested if you're in a blocksman. So you just trim that off. You're going for the prime cut, the big meaty fillet on the side. Put that back. And at £5 a bag, there's a hell of a lot of curry there, a lot of meat there. I mean, there's about 5 kilos of it, 2 or 3 kilos of it. Right, so let's see. Nothing gets wasted. There we are. There's a lot of meat on these heads, particularly behind the eye. There's another big portion there. Look at that. You know, you get a little person will sit there trimming these off. Chefs use them. They'll come in and buy a box. They'll make stocks and soups, reduce it down, make concentrates and use all that sort of stuff. I'm just going to rinse my hands off. And then we're going over to this young man over here, Chamberlain Farewells. Top quality there. These are natural dry scallop meats. What that means is they've just cleaned them out, shell, rinsed them, taken off the membrane, put them into a tub. Nothing else has happened. No water, no sodium polyphosphate to bulk them up, £23 a kilo tub. Nothing to bulk them up. These, and also the natural colour. If you see soaked scallop meats and shrimp meats, they'll take the roe off as well. They look pure white, almost as white as that coat. Joe Public supermarket tray will go, oh, I love those, they look nice and clean and tidy. I don't like these ones that look a bit brown, they look like they're going off. But this is exactly how you should be eating them. Because if you look very closely at those soaked ones, you'll see that the muscle bands, instead of being nice and smooth like ice like that, you'll see it's all fractured and split, where it's swollen up with water, expanded, and will rip the muscle fibre. I've got one in here at the moment where I've been out jogging. So this is exactly how you should be buying them. Either in the shell, a little bit cheaper sometimes, or in the tubs like this. This is all worked up. Here there will be about 30 pieces. So that's a real bargain. 25 pieces, says there. So it's
do you think there's any deterioration in quality between buying them like that? Because chefs are a bit sort of anal that way.
What you got to bear in mind as a chef, I need someone to clean this out. I need a separate area in the high risk zone of the restaurant. This is all gut content, so that's all contamination. There's a membrane there which needs to be trimmed out. Okay. It's time consuming. You end up with a bit of rubbish, a bit of shell, okay, which you may use, you may not. You end up with a lot of contaminated waste which you need to get rid of. Maybe fractionally cheaper like that, but think of the work you save and the risk factor. Why put yourself? I mean, a lot of chefs do like them in the shell. I'll be quite honest, but all the risk, all the work is done for you there. Okay, that's me. A bit lazy. I've never come to grips with shucking a scallop meat. I just cannot do it. I've tried it and tried it and tried it. My colleague, zip, 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 done. Okay? My wife, zip, zip, done. For some reason I got Anyway, let's have a look what we've got here. Halibut. One of the largest flatfish take from the sea. Beautiful quality. So heavy. That is heavy. And this is a small one. No, Carl. One at a time. This is heavy. John Dory.
Huge.
You wouldn't want to kiss that unless it was another John Dory, would you really? Okay. So, all fish all fish and shellfish have an edible flesh ratio. And it's probably one of the most common questions asked in a supermarket. Will that feed 2 people? How much meat am I going to get off of that? Well, this is one of those fish which is at the very low end of yield. This is a 60% wastage fish. So the reason being, if we look at it close up, it's got a huge head.
Yeah.
It's got quite a big gut pocket. It's got lots of armament which needs to come off. So if you pick that up the wrong way, that's going to go right through the palm of your hand. And that will make you say a few nasty words. It's got this one here which a lot of people, if they've never handled these fish before, really get ripped apart. It's got a blade protecting the actual gill covers. And then it's got anal protection here, anal fin protection here. It's got these rearward facing spines as well. So by the time you're taking the head off, gutted it out, trimmed all this infrastructure here, fillet that off, you end up with 2 relatively small fillets of fish. John Dory, beautiful flavoured fish, nice white, firm textured fish, but there's a lot of waste. But how much is it?
It's like a dense fish, it's only
It is.
Yeah.
Right, so quite rightly so.
Get back in the other way.
Now, Chamberlain Fairways, they run their own big fish restaurant. Fabulous fish restaurant in Leadenhall Market, it's called Chamberlain's, and they've got specialist fish. Never out and about.
Right.
So, how much is it today, Jeffrey? $14.50 a kilo. That's a good price, actually. That's a very good price.
Sea bass, 21 kilos.
Here we are. Sea bass. Wild bass. Where's Colton? Where was it? Channel? Oh, France. Just off the French coast, yeah. See, there it is there now. Just off the French coast. Beautiful quality, no damage, because sometimes if they're fishing and yanking, they break the lower jaw or rip out the lower lip. Beautiful colour gills, nice round, well formed eye, nice colour gills, nice firm resilient flesh. These are the key factors I'm looking for. Slime, all fish have slime. In fact, if I was to say to you, does the whole fish come into contact with the water? I mean, it doesn't, because it's covered in a body slime, okay? The only part that comes into contact with it is the water that goes into the mouth. Gaseous exchange takes place, oxygen's extracted through the gills, exit through the gills, and that's it. The rest of the body is protected from the salt. But anyway, is it a good fish? Absolutely fabulous. Wild bass. Limited catch. There's been a sort of, not a ban, but a reduction in the number of fish you can actually take. 1,500 kilos per vessel at the moment. They're reviewing it again at the end of the year for 2017. What else we got here? Just come into season now. It's grey mullet. It's got a bit of a muddy flavour. It's a bit of a bottom feeder, but yeah, okay. Yeah, might deep water as well. Okay. But how much are these at the moment? £4 a kilo, cheap fish. But the roe is incredibly expensive. Salted and honeyed and salt cured roe, £90 a kilo. You know, from such a simple fish like this, the roe it produces is like such a rich flavour. We might have some on the market somewhere, we can show.
Right, wait, very good.
There we are. But £4 a kilo, that fish probably cost you about 6 quid. That would be 3 people here, quite easy. Right, so we're going to move on into the market. A brill. What brill does, it just takes on the natural colour of its environment, like camouflage. And this is a almost, that's the seabed. It's sort of mimicking the seabed. A very gravelly, sandy seabed. That's what it. That's if we go down to where this fish was caught, it will be a very grainy, sort of gravelly environment. Just flicks some sort of sand on its body and just waits for any passing train. Just off the French coast, they're our fish really, but they tend to swim over to the French side of the channel. Probably in northern, just off of Cherbourg, going around that peninsula there. Red mullet, absolutely beautiful fish. Very delicate. The scales come off. As soon as they're out the water, they look as though they're starting to break down, and the scales just flick off like that, quite easy. And some people take that as a sign of deterioration. It's not, it's just a natural phenomenon for this particular type of fish. They have to be handled with sort of reverence and delicate, very delicate. But a lovely meat, quite a good return as well, 80% edible flesh ratio, so small head, small tail, bit of scaling, tiny little gut pocket, you know, you've got a good little meal there. Fabulous.
Lovely.
And a beautiful fish. Still alive, you can't get fresher than that, can you? Look at that. Look at that. You know, really fresh. But beautiful. We've got somewhere about farmed bass as well. It's all wild over there, but this is a farmed gilthead bream. Now out of the two, this is the one to go for, I think, personally. Turkey. This is a Turkish company. It's farmed extensively in Turkey and Greece, but in France and Belgium as well. It's farmed all over. It's a very simple fish to farm and grow. But getting back to the edible flesh ratio, boom, off comes the tail, off comes the head. It's got quite a deep body and a muscly shoulder, which gives you quite a good return. 75% edible flesh ratio, tiny little gut pocket, a real nice, really nice flavoured fish, a real meaty fish. One that I would certainly recommend every time. I went over to a restaurant over here, purporting to be a fish restaurant, and I said I'll have the gilthead bream. We had the gilthead, up it came, and a tiny little fillet. I said, where's the rest of it? He went, what do you mean where's the rest of it? The chef, the waiter. I said, I've ordered gilthead bream. This is only half of gilthead bream. The chef come out, well, what is going on? I said, well, I've ordered gilthead bream. Yeah, there it is, there's the price. It says there in the menu, gilthead bream. He only gave me half. What do you want? I said, I want the full fish. So, anyway, came back, huffing and puffing, and gave me the rest of it. You know, you don't understand the price. I said, I do understand the price. I probably understand them more than you. And I gave him my card. He went, okay. But you know, people have to speak up. They have to argue.
What would you do if you ordered a whale?
I would say I want the bones as well. Right, let's see what else we got. Indian Ocean, quite possibly. Indian Ocean, any temperate water. Just by looking at these are this one, I would say, looking. What you do, you're doing a diagnosis, an analysis of the quality. I'm looking at the eyes, just starting to cloud a little bit. I'm feeling the firmness of the fish. I'm going to look at the gills. Okay, deep red, bit bloody. Okay. No smell, no odour. It's got a nice slime coated on there. It is soft. It's gone through the rigor mortis stage. Rigor mortis onsets 12 hours after death. Remains in that sort of state between 8 to 12 hours. This has gone past that stage. It's in the placid stage now. So what I'm doing is I'm backtracking on time. So 24 hours is gone. It comes from a warm water country, somewhere like, you know, southern India. So I'm thinking the flight times, journeys, transit times, that's another day gone. 4 days. That's 4 days.
So What colour should the gills be on there?
Bright red. You know, they're fine, nothing wrong with those. But
With the freshness.
there's about 6 key characteristics. You've got the eyes first, nice, bright, well-formed, round eyes, nice and clear. Light reflecting out of those. If there's any bands around the eyes, like the bass got a golden band around it, it's called the wedding band around the eye, nice and sharp, nice and clear. The gills, you open up the gills, nice and red, well oxygenated. All textbooks or food writers always say bright red gills. It's not particularly 100% correct because there's quite a broad spectrum of colour. You get bright red, and then you get right away across to the pelagic, the oily fish, much darker, much more richer, maroon type colour. So it's quite a broad spectrum of colour. But what you're looking for, you don't want odour when you open the gills up. Ooh. You don't want any mucus, sort of bacterial mucus in there, bacterial slime. You want it to look how, as an experienced food person, it's right. You'll know when it's wrong, because it will look bleached, it will look very dry, and there will be a build-up of sort of bacterial slime and odour. So you don't want that. And in firmness of flesh, nice, firm, resilient flesh, springs back to shape, slime. Correct for that particular type of fish. 9 times out of 10, you're looking for a nice, clear, crystal slime. Big, deep water, flatfish, very sticky, what we call snotty or phlegmy, gelatinous slime. So you touch it, it's on your hand, you really have to flick it off or pat your mate on the back. Nice to see you, the Joe. And really what's happening is you're wiping your hand on it. There's an old trait down here. What else we got here? Let's have a look. We've got some lovely, ouch, got your leg out of here. Yeah, they've been headed, gutted, filleted and pimboed down. This here looks like snapper. Beautiful, look at that, it's been prepped up, that's ready to go. It's been headed, gutted, pin-boned out, straight for the restaurant, bomb, 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 6 portions there. Beautiful quality, look at that. And this has come all the way from India. This has come from one of the big fish processors in India. Very good, very efficient industry over there. Right, we're going to move on a bit further up the market. Let's see what else we've got. I was just sending you over there. Eyes, gills, firmness of flesh. Now in this box here, we've got a bit of mixture of quality. And if you look at the eyes, you can see they're starting to deteriorate. Let me just get one out here. See what's happening. Not been looked after properly. There's a bit of a mixture in there. They're lovely fish. These are little grouper, but not been looked after properly. So my colleague, or hopefully, if I'll tell him to go through this box. When you're moved on, just out of a matter of politeness for him to. The guy that's looking after it has not been doing his job. He should have gone through these, pulled them out, put them into one side, and we'll condemn them. These guys here, look at that, beautiful, still alive once again, swimming away, lovely, look at that. This is a moontail or a yellowtail snapper. Lovely fish to eat, beautiful little fish. Once again, Indian Ocean or the southern Turkish part of the Mediterranean. Little tuna. Beautiful, like a little bullet tuna, this one. This is a Melva or a Bonito, or it might be a small albacore. Big family group, the actual tuna family. Cheapest chips. How much today? And what are these roughly? About £12–13 for that fish.
Wow.
Yeah, it's good. And once again, a low ratio. tail comes off, head comes off, small gut pocket. You get 6 steaks out of that. Feed all of us, or someone have to go hungry. Who came last? It'll have to be you. But look at that, fabulous. I know food writers call them langoustine. We like to call them by the correct name, Dublin Bay prawn. Okay.
Not scampi.
Scampi, yeah. That's it. Cooked up, take the towel off, snap the shell, peel it out, scampi. And they've always been available down here. I'm saying that on camera because a famous TV celebrity chef said you cannot get them in London. We've always had them in London, Rick. They've been here for the last 200 years. Okay, so we've got no eyes, we've got no gills, we've got no skin, we've got no slime. How do I know it's good? It's a cartilaginous fish, a skate wing. So what am I going to go for? Colour looks good. Still got the firmness, you know, you rip the skin off. Still got the blood, right when we're oxygenated. Any smell? No, no smell at all. No smell whatsoever, okay? This is top quality skate wing, absolutely fabulous. If this is going off, it could still look as good as that, but you would get a distinct ammonia smell. That's where uric acid is being released as the cell structure breaks down due to autolysis. The enzymes kicking in, breaking down, degrading the whole flesh of the animal and releasing that uric acid that should have been sweated out through the pores when the animal was alive. That would be absolutely fabulous.
That's tuna, that is.
Tuna. How do you spell that?
F sharp.
Tuna in F sharp. Yeah, musicians or you may guess. Bit of tuna. There's a little bit of controversy about the colour, enhancing the colour by the introduction of beetroot, nitrates, ascorbic acid and stuff like that. Sea fish and the food industry and the CFAS, the DEFRA are circulating information about the use of E300, 300 303 or whatever it is. That might be an old English bullet, but the E300s are sort of ascorbic acids and sort of preservatives which they're saying you cannot use to enhance the colour or flavour. So there's a bit of a war going on at the moment. Those that use beetroot juice to soak it to give it that rich red colour, or those that use E300 preservatives to enhance the colour as well. So we used to go on the Food Standards Agency website. They'll give a bit more guidance as to where we are with that. Are we going to withdraw it? Are we going to ban it? Or what? They've issued guidelines, but they actually said we're not going to accept it. So at the moment we've got some on the market that's got bright red and some that are on the market which are au naturel. Where are we now? Is sushi great?
Yeah, that's the last one.
Yeah. Look at that, absolutely beautiful quality. Natural, not coloured whatsoever. It's just handled, prepared in the correct way, you know. Beautiful. Good quality grading as well. This is where is this from, Bill? Deep here, Mediterranean, southern Med, and it's that part of the muscle there right at the back. A deep, real loin. Yeah, big fish. Yeah, it would be about from here to Billy.
Oh, more than that.
More than that, yeah. There'd be another big section of there's 4 of these, 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom. These are the bottom ones. So there'll be another 2 coming over here. How much is that? £14 a kilo. Sushi grade, and what about the other grade? Yeah, so there is a significant price difference per kilo. Crack on, have a look down it. Thank you, William. Really, yeah, it's probably my favourite fish now. This is a one-stop shop, fully nutritional meal on its own. Packed with omega-3s, all the essential nutrients, thiamines, niacins, everything you could possibly want. Zinc. If you used to start children off at a very young age on fish, this is the one. Brain food, real brain food. Beautiful flavour, beautiful texture. There's not another fish to beat it, really. This is it. It's all packed up. It's a pelagic fish, swim right near the surface, full of all your natural oils as well. Beautiful fish to eat. Cheap as chips. Head it, gut that, wash that, put it straight in the microwave. Bing! 2.5 minutes later, done. Italian peel plum tomatoes just poured over the top. Beautiful. A little bit of balsamic vinegar. What more could you want? Right, that is absolutely a beautiful. Well, it takes about as long as I've been talking to cook this fish. Really beautiful. Bright red blood, so we know it's a good piece of quality fish.
Is there a bit of a problem with supply at the moment?
Supply? No, not at all. I've just been up to Scotland, been up to the Shetlands, to Lerwick, and they're doing 1,000 tons a day. So,
1,000 tons a day?
Shetland catch, one of the biggest processing factories up in Lerwick. Well, they've got the capacity to do 1,000 tons a day, and it's one of the richest fishing grounds in the UK. That sort of band all the way over from the Orkneys across over to the Shetlands and band around to the north, sort of northeastern coast. Massive. And the Scottish, irrespective of what Nicola Sturgeon says, can't wait to get their fishing grounds back after 40 years being betrayed. So there we are. You know, everyone is 100% inefficient, 100% solid behind Brexit. You know. Because so many of the small communities were devastated. You know, every boat of every nation comes in now and fishes, takes their fish and takes it away somewhere else. Now that's a prawn and a half. Yeah, a good bit of film. It's a tiger prawn. Expensive, probably the most expensive you can get. 60, Nigeria, Indian Ocean, Thailand. A lot of.
It's got a top like the American lobster, hasn't
That's
it?
it. There it is. Look at that.
That's incredible.
That's a real sort of a cutting through wherever. But look at it. What quality? Absolutely fabulous. So, what would you be looking for if you was going to buy these for a dinner party? They're expensive. You don't want to get it wrong. Remortgage it. Going to bend it over like that. This is a fishery inspector's test now, okay? I'm going to bend it over like that, and I'm going to look at the colour of the meat, which is exuding through the shell. I want to see this grey, translucent flesh. Okay, I'm happy with that so far. Okay, there we are. If the segments were so big that they overlapped and you couldn't do that, I'm going to turn it over without him seeing me behind me because they're expensive. Just pull down one of the side shields here. That icy grey flesh. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. Still not satisfied. I'm going to flick it. And I'm listening for this dry click, 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 click. That's good. Because when these start to go off, that softens. Okay, you get a dull thud. Smell. Any ammonia? I'm not happy. No ammonia here. And finally, in the palm of your hand, just wait a minute, let it settle down. This is cold. When it's going off, spoilage bacteria generate quite a lot of heat in the palm of your hand, and you'll be able to detect it in the palm of your hand. It's as simple as that. This is past all 4 criteria. I'm happy with this. I'm not happy with the price. £64. It's a lot of money. You're only going to get one of these on your plate, because you're only going to get, what, 6 or 7 in a box, you know. Scotty, where are these coming from? Nigeria. Nigeria, I said Nigeria. Yeah.
We've got the flower ones at Ecuador.
Ecuadorian, yeah.
All the wild ones mainly come from
Nigeria. Oh, where are they from? Dutch eels. Now then, here we are. There is a market. People do love these, actually. Who's buying them here, John? Yep. Chinese buy the big ones. These going in the studio and fine mat shops. At the weekend,
From?
Holland. Yeah, the dikes and the canals over there.
Yeah.
One of the big sourcing areas for it. The best place to get these is Northern Ireland, Lough Neagh. Do you get anything from Lough Neagh at the moment? Yeah.
Yeah.
At the weekend we had what's called the Thames Fishery Experiment, where there are 11 angling teams fish off the Gravesend beach to see how clean the water is, and the winning, and each team, there's a steward who measures and looks at the species of fish caught, and the winning fish, the largest fish this weekend, I was the judge, I actually made the decision, was an eel, that big, coming up the Thames. So,
How old are these?
these will be about 18 months, I suppose.
Does anyone still take them out of the Thames?
No, not for me. It was catch and release. So what they'll do with these, they'll take them over to the factory, put them in a plastic drum like that, filled with water, so they might have about 50, 60 kilos in there. Put in a rod like that staff there, which is connected to the current, stun them, and they go dead straight like a walking stick. Take them out, head them, gut them, portion them up as quick as that, and they will all start to move independently of one another. So the head from that one will mate up with the tail with that one, meet up with the body of that one, and try and rejoin. It's such a weird thing. There's a natural sort of, you know, I need to get back in my body, you know. It's like a dance of the two. But then what they do, they wash all the pieces up, okay, and then they'll put them into a boiling vat of water with salt in there. About half an hour, they'll start to float to the surface when they're cooked. They'll skim off what's called the scum layer, get rid of that. So they've now got this sort of soup, eels type soup, with all these big portions of eel floating in it. They'll get a bowl, and I'll show you the bowls in a minute. Put a spoonful or a measured spoonful of crystal, gelatine crystal, ladle out the hot boiling water from the soup, pour it into the bowl, mix it up with the gelatine crystal, and then slowly start to ladle 50, 60, 80 portions of milk into the bowl. Slowly raise it to the surface, put the lid on, and then either blast chill it, not freeze it, but blast chill it, just to seal it. The gelatine sets within about 2 hours, it's ready to go. And the product's over here. And there is a grading system for it as well. And they process quite a bit. Mixed eels is one of the sort of the godfather of the eel and shellfish industry. But they do cockles, mussels, live, they do smoked eel. We call these walking sticks for the shape, as you can see. It's a smoked eel, quite expensive. It's a very long, sort of slow drying, curing process. The Japanese love it. They slice it for sushi and wafer thin. So a fish like that probably costs you about 20 quid. Goes into a Japanese restaurant, probably about 150 quid they'll make out of that. Yeah. They'll put a little tiny piece on one of them little dishes in a sushi shop, charge you the earth. Probably cost you We'll take you around the back of the market, the forbidden zone. We'll have a look at a processing unit, see what's going on around there, shall we? Dissect it, look at it, make sure if someone's got a complaint. The last complaint I had was about 3 weeks ago, and it was a West Indian girl. She said, my mother bought these. They are snapper, but they're not snapper. I said, no, they are snapper. She said, no, my mother says they're not snapper. I said, they are snapper. She said, well, my mother says they're not snapper. They're not West Indian snapper. I said, well, they're a warm water snapper. The origin is quite clear. Yes, he can put whatever he likes on the label on the box. She said, but my mother says they're not. So I believe it. Well, I can identify that fish. I know where it comes from. I know the provenance of that particular fish, and I know where it comes from, and I know this merchant, and I know the history of this merchant, where he sources it. Yes, but you don't know my mum's. We never resolved it. At the end of the day, what isn't sold, and it's probably everything on this market when it comes in, is sold within 2 days. You know, they can't hang on to it, it's got to go, unless it's a frozen produce. So it comes in, it will go into the chill, and then it will be put up on display. The first day it will be a percentage will be sold, the second day the rest of it will be sold, then it'll be replenishing again. What doesn't get sold the first day will come into their chills here or their freezers here, and be prepared, re-iced, reboxed, ready for the next market. Chinese export industry has really opened up. We hear it on the news, you didn't think it's happening, but it is happening, isn't it? Yeah. Big time. Yeah. This guy's right at the forefront. Okay, he's responsible for looking after and processing some of these shellfish. So we're just going to open up some of these boxes. I'm the what's called the authorised signatory for exports to China. So I'm going to open up a couple of these. So 1, 2. What I'm expecting to find is live crabs in here, okay? And they packed these up earlier today, so they think they've arrived. They think, oh, this don't look like China to me. Pretty active. These are hen crabs, female crabs, packed up in the proper way. Gel bags, acetate sheets to keep them separate. Not squashed in, the right sort of volume in the boxes. Okay. All hens. All hens, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Is that what the Chinese like? They prefer that, or just a bit of a mix? Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes they order all hens. Next time they want all cut.
Right. Okay. These are all going to China.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah. We should
going in there, Gary. Okay. Yeah, these are going. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Pretty much alive, as you can see. As soon as they're a bit chilled, so they'll be a bit subdued. But as soon as my hands start to warm them up, they'll get quite active. So they're on their way for a first-class air flight today. So they'll be there. How long is the flight over there? You've been over there, haven't you?
18 hours.
18 hours, yeah. That one there, yeah. We just choose boxes at random.
Are you inspecting?
Yeah, I'm looking at this is the export certificate, which I'm going to take upstairs. And it's just like a random sort of border check.
And do they get checked again?
Yeah, they'll get checked for money.
Where do these come from? Where do the trout come from? I think it is.
Yeah, all along the south coast, I think, aren't they? Yeah. They're pretty much so nice and active. Just warming up now, as you can see. There we are. Okay, good. Okay, alright, I'll have it ready and be on the door.
You want to take it?
Yeah, I've got it. Okay, thank you. Right, we're going to just move on. We send product over. They'll fill it, process it, box it, and send it back. And it's probably our own stuff that we're getting back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the processing
It's
industry
cheaper
is
to do that, to send it all the way to China.
Believe it or not, it's cheaper, rather than send it across the other side of London and have it done, it's cheaper to send it to China.
That's amazing.
It's incredible. Because it's such a small unit, they have to have this sort of circuitous route around, you know, so nothing cross overs itself. So this is the incoming chill, where they have the fish, all the part processed, whole fish, and then it'll go through into the next section where the guys are order batching. They only buy it all, they don't have anything in here that's for sale. It's all sold, it's already bought. These are all orders that are going out sometime today, either as whole boxes or as processed fish. They'll probably be to hotels, restaurants, yeah. Fishmongers, you know. But the hotels, the restaurants will have a specification. They'll say, I want 500 portions, 100 gram portions, skin, pin bone of haddock or whatever, and these guys will do it. And that changes every day. So when they come in, they look, check the answer phone or whatever it is. It'll be something totally different. So these guys have got to have a range of skills for doing all that in an instant. So let's go. This guy's just prepping up salmon. It's very, very wet and slippery, and just mind how you go.
You're right, John.
Yeah.
Going in.
It's a non-slip floor, but
trying to get into their first job, job centre staff. 12 to 18-year-olds will give advice on writing their CV, interview techniques, and how to get an apprenticeship. And the government surveillance and GCHQ has reached a wonderful collection of competition successfully transitioned smoothly into the country. With after 600,000 people attempted the agency's Christmas passport, only 3 came even close to solving it. London's weather drives sunny spells and highs of 15 degrees, while the local news review updates on London.
That's the last one. That's the last box. Sorry? That's the last one. They just finished. They're just coming. They just finished their day. They've been here since about 1 o'clock. And today's warm, but in the winter this gets so, it's like being in the trenches. It is so cold, you know, and their hands are in the water all the time. It has to be cold. And it's like a war zone, as you can see. There's blood, there's guts, there's tails, there's heads, there's bits and pieces all over the place. Right, okay. Buy all your packaging, your pickles, your vinegars, your salts, your peppers, your overalls, your knives. These are all the ancillary units. So that it's a one-stop shop. It's fish, there's fish and chip, potato merchants there as well. So you get your fish oil, you get your cooking oils, you get the lot. It's a one-stop shop for the fishing industry. Okay? And that's how it's always been. But the day's over now, it's finished, but these guys, it's over.
What time do you start?
I start about 3:30, 4 o'clock. So I'm a late starter, whereas these guys, the market starts to come to life about 10 o'clock last night with the first delivery from the airports in Scotland, the big container lorries. 3 into the market here, 3 loading. They start taking the fresh produce up from the coastal waters, Rye, Hastings, Rye, all along there. Peterhead, Scotland, whales, all coming up, all slowly converging on the market. About 1 o'clock in the morning, and they get sort of shepherded in, offloaded, and then it starts to go into the holding chills. There's the merchants coming about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. They'll go and they'll start picking their goods, taking it onto the stand, putting it into their chills, prepping up for today's market. The market starts when the bell rings at 4 o'clock. And that's it. The day is now over for these people, as you saw. You know, we've just got it right at the tail end.
Yeah.